Hey everyone. Hello and welcome back. Oh, I can see my lens is off dirty. I can clean that off with. But welcome. Give me 1 second here. I'm gonna wipe off the lens. I tend to keep a little sticky over my lens for privacy. That looks a little better. If you don't do it already, you should always cover your lenses on your computer for I don't know, scrutiny or for your own safety. Anyways, welcome. Welcome back if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. Give everybody just a few moments to sign on. I see Gloria's here. Hello. I'm looking forward to moving my bones. Nice. All right. Well, we'll definitely be doing that. I know my dad is on. Casey's on. Hey, Val. Hey, Casey. Wonderful. Thanks so much for joining. Another live yoga class on a Friday. I hope everybody's feeling good and ready for their weekend. Again, this is live. There's been some noises outside because I think they've been doing some construction on the roof next door. So I do apologize if you hear some of that during this, but hopefully my mic is strong enough that you only hear my voice instead of what's going on outside. I'll be bringing you another really good yoga class today that has a fun theme. And so we'll do the meditation and then some yoga and then a little bit more meditation in the end. I see, give people just a little more time to come aboard and join us. And again, welcome. Oh, hey, happy to get to join you for the beginning today. Awesome. Hey, Ashley, thanks so much for joining. I know it's difficult for some people to be able to join live, but I do appreciate when people do watch these later on, because I do like to do them live. And I'm so happy that you're here and that we can all kind of do this together as a community, so we know that we're not in this alone. Oh, Sharon says, hey. Hey, Sharon, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Wonderful. Okay, so we'll get started. So we always start off with a theme, and the cards are from Louise Hay. So feel free to get these if you really want them. I can send you the link, or I can put the link in the description or whatnot. But today's theme is I claim my own power and lovingly create my own reality. I ask for more understanding so that I may knowingly and lovingly shape my world and my experiences. When I kind of drew that one today, it felt really soft and inviting. Claim my power and I lovingly create my own reality. I ask for more understanding so that I may knowingly and lovingly shape my world and my experiences. It just feels really soft and really almost a surrender, almost like a prayer. I don't know. That's kind of how I'm interpreting it. And it kind of takes me into a little bit of what we've been doing. So Monday was, I think it was opportunities and seeing the experiences that each opportunity give us to learn and grow from them, kind of that mindset. And then also I think Wednesday was about like our thoughts and being able to learn and grow from our thoughts. And then today's kind of like our own reality and our own experiences, which they're all related. Our thoughts create our emotions create our actions, and our actions create our results or our reality. And therefore you can trace every result in our life back to a thought, which creates that emotion. And therefore, you know, that's how we can change our reality and our results, by also lovingly, you know, shaping our thoughts and our experiences. I don't know, kind of, I won't get into a whole spiel, but anyways, it kind of reminded me of a fun meditation that I came across a couple of weeks ago. I'm a big fan of Deepak Chopra. And so this is actually one of his, so I can't take credit, but I will leave the link below in case you prefer hearing his voice over mine when you want to re-listen to this. But basically also with like our experiences and our reality, if you think about it, like when we're born, or this baby, or this blank slate, we're a completely blank slate when we're born, and everything that we learn from walking, talking, eating, all of our beliefs, everything is kind of placed upon us by those that are our caregivers or our parents or people that we hold dear. And this kind of meditation brings us back a little bit to that blank slate and being able to separate what are our beliefs or what are some of these beliefs and thought patterns that we've kind of gained over time, and therefore being able to lovingly release them and lovingly kind of create a new reality. So anyways, without any further ado, I invite you to get into a nice, comfortable seated position. And with this one, you don't necessarily have to have your eyes open or closed, but if you have them open, have them, as he says, kind of this soft opening, this soft awareness of the room and where you are, just kind of having a little bit more of this softness. But if you would like, you can close your eyes and begin to just notice your breath. Just bring your awareness to your breathing. And as you bring your awareness to your breathing, you may notice that your breathing automatically begins to slow down. So just notice your breath as it comes in and out of your nose. Just this gentle awareness as it comes in your nose and out your nose. Just with that subtle awareness. And I'd like to invite you to do something that's kind of interesting, is to mentally think of your full name. So mentally in your mind, say, I am, and then your name. So I am Valerie Green. I am Valerie Green. So mentally be saying that in your mind, you're with your name, your first and your last name. I am Mary Jo. I am Valerie Green. I am Sharon Dean. So just be saying your name in your mind. And as you do that, begin to invoke some of the stresses you have going on in your life. It's okay. Gently bring them on. Bring on all your to-do lists, all your experiences, the things you need to do today. Just kind of allow it to come up. Allow all of those experiences to arise as you mentally say your name, I am. Allow it just to gently come up, just becoming aware of it. And now I invite you to drop the last name. So begin to say in your mind, I am your first name. So I am Valerie. I am Sharon. I am just your name. And as you do that, begin to go back to experiences in your childhood. So below the age of 12. Just some childhood experiences, good or bad, doesn't matter. Just going back to your childhood with your parents, maybe your siblings or back in school. Just bring that back. Just briefly allow it to come up. And now I invite you to drop the name. So just begin to say in your mind, I am. Just I am. In your mind, mentally, I am. Allowing all labels and experiences just to drop away, to fall away. Just I am. I am. Now, just exchange I am for the word Om, or the sound Om. Just begin to repeat in your mind, Om, Om. Just gently in your mind for a few moments. And if your mind wanders, just come back to Om. Back to this presence as you just continue to repeat that, becoming aware of awareness. Just becoming aware of being, aware of your presence and this awareness. Just for a moment, just continue. Om. Om. And before we come back, just begin to wiggle your toes a little bit, bringing your awareness back to you as who you are. Just take a nice deep breath in and a slow exhale out. Coming back to who you are. Really good. So it's just a gentle meditation just to kind of begin to slowly step away from all of the beliefs and labels and experiences of the person that we are, and going into that deeper, that quieter, that being, that presence, that kind of different reality of who we are. So just something kind of fun. Hopefully you liked it. Yeah, and we will now go into our yoga practice with our theme of the day, claiming my power and lovingly create my own reality. And all right, so I'm going to scoot back on my mat. All right, so in a nice seated position here. We've done so many times, but such a nice way to warm up. A nice comfortable seated position. Inhaling both arms up. Really reach for the sky. Exhaling, right arm down, inhaling left up, kind of coming over to our right side. And this time, maybe if you can bend your right arm a little, see how far you can come down gently, really getting that nice side body stretch. Real gentle, gaze up, face relaxed. Breathing into that side body. Inhale, rise. Exhale, left arm down. Inhale, right arm up, nice and length. And exhale to your left side. This time also see how far you can come down on your right. Opening up to the sky. Feeling that nice stretch to the side body here. Oh, there's a fly here. What are you doing? I didn't kill it. I just pushed it aside. Inhale, rise. Exhale as your arms come down. Begin to twist from your belly button. Bringing your left hand to right knee, looking over right shoulder. Nice gentle twist as you look over your shoulder. And with your hand still on your knee, just begin to bring your heart space forward. And then inhale, right arm up. Maybe even kind of coming to that side. Little tiny twist on your left side here. And inhale up, exhale down. Inhale, both arms up and twisting from the navel. Coming to the left side, bringing right arm to left knee. So we're not forcing here into this twist. Nice, gentle. Looking over the left shoulder. And with our hands still on our knee, inhaling and then exhaling, bringing our heart back to center. And then inhaling, left arm up. And then maybe kind of bending a little to that side, getting that little stretch there. A little bit of mind yoga here. And inhale, come out. Let's bring our legs up and we're going to come onto our back. So go ahead and roll onto your back. And plant the legs. We're just going to kind of let them fall side to side. So to the right and to the left. And I can't go to my right without hitting my TV. So I'm going to scoot this way. Allowing my legs just to fall. Just nice and gentle. This little windshield wiper just to open up the hips. Warm up the legs, the lower back here. It's really gentle, allowing them to fall side to side. I should be so twisted. Okay. All right. And then bringing your knees back to center. You're going to inhale your left leg and extend your right. So it's going to really open up your hip flexor on your right leg. Go ahead and bend your left. And if you'd like, you can bring your hands underneath kind of the behind your knee as you extend your leg. So no need to like flex your foot. That's going to kind of be more of a nerve stretch than anything, but just kind of Straighten that leg a little bit, relax the foot. Really feel that stretch in your hamstring here, and maybe also here on your right leg. We're going to be doing a little bit of this today, really opening up the hips, stretching the hamstrings, which is really good for our lower back. All right, and extend the leg. Bring your right leg bent first, right leg extended. I'm sorry, left leg extended. And bending that knee, bringing the knee close to our chest, breathing. And then if you'd like, you can bring the hands underneath of the kneecap and then straighten the leg. It's nice and gentle here, getting that nice stretch behind the leg. Feel that nice stretch there, breathing. I feel my leg shaking, that's interesting. Okay, and bend and release. Bending both the legs, and last stretch on our back, we're gonna cross the right over the left, keeping that foot flexed, and then inhaling the leg up. So we're just gonna do some nice stretches for our legs because we're gonna be really working these today. Okay. So we're in this kind of reclined pigeon pose with our foot flexed to protect our knee. And if you would like, the further you bring your left leg to your face, the deeper the stretch. And you can also push very gently on your knee, on your right knee. Get a little further stretch. So that's really deep, so continue breathing. Because when you hold your breath, that triggers your fight and flight. So just continue to breathe in this. It's a strong stretch. And then exhale, release. Uncross the legs, bringing left over right. Keeping your left foot flexed. And then inhaling, right leg up. So you're feeling that nice stretch. Again, the further you bring your knee to your face, the deeper the stretch. And then also feel free to gently press that left knee away. And I mean gently, we're not doing anything forcefully, but this is a really strong stretch. So breathe, relax the face and the jaw. This is really good, especially if we're sitting all day at the computer, really opening up that hip and that sciatic area. All right, one more deep inhale and exhale, release. And undo. And kind of right where our hands were during that stretch, bringing them behind the knees. Just going to gently rock. Gently rock forward, massaging the spine until we rock all the way up. Good job. And now we're going to make our way to tabletop. Tuck my shirt in here. No one needs to see that. So we're in all fours. So my wrists are in line with my shoulders and my knees are in line with my hips. We're going to do a couple of cat-cows, pressing away from the mat. Inhaling our tailbone up, dropping the belly and lifting the head. Nice deep inhale and exhale, dropping the tailbone, vertebrae by vertebrae, pushing away from the mat, opening up the shoulders, dropping the head. On the exhale. Inhale, lifting the tailbone. Lifting the head, dropping the belly. And exhale. Just do a few on your breath. Inhaling as you lift the head. Exhaling as you drop it. Just warming up the spine. And then coming back down to neutral. So I'm pressing into the palms of my hands. My back is nice and strong. Activate your core. And we're going to step back our right leg. Inhale, lift the leg using your core. And this time you're actually going to bring it across your left leg. So you're doing a little bit of a crisscross. So you're bringing it behind to the left. And now I invite you to look over your left shoulder back at your toes. Feel that nice stretch. Looking back at your toes, breathing. Pressing away from the mat. And inhale, bringing your head back to center. Bringing the leg back in line. And bending the knee. Now the next side. Extending left leg. Kind of that runner's lunge. Inhale, lifting the leg using your core. And then bringing over to your right side. Crossing over. And then looking over your right shoulder back at your toes. Should really feel nice, gentle stretch. If It hurts come out, but it should be nice and gentle, so your foot doesn't have to be that far. It can be as far as you would like. And inhale, neck in line, and then bringing our knees back in line. Now we're going to tuck the toes, pressing into our palms of our hands, and pushing our hips and our tailbone up into the sky for downward facing dog. As you hear my hips cracking. Nice strong in the hands and the arms and the back. Nice long spine. A couple yeses and nos with your neck. Pedaling out the feet. And warming up the legs. And with your gaze between your hands, begin to just slowly walk or step in between your hands to the top of the mat. Staying hinged at the hips. And swing side to side. And inhale halfway up, straighten the legs, straighten the back. Elbows in. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, rise vertebrae by vertebrae as you come on up. Last thing to come up is your head. Really good. And now I'd like you to kind of grab something next to you for some stability, because I'm going to have you kind of switch your weight to your left foot. And I'm just going to kind of swing your right leg back and forth, just to kind of open up that hip. So I'm not bending my back. It's not this. The only thing that's moving is my leg, and this really helps to open up the hip. All right. If you need something to hold. Go ahead and plant the leg so our right foot's planted. And then putting our weight more into our right leg, just kind of swinging the left. Again, I'm not just swinging it back and forth, just the leg is moving. Kind of warming up. If you need, you can bend the leg. It's kind of opening up that hip, because we're going to do lizard pose, which is a nice hip opener. You're welcome. All right, and planting the feet. We're going to do just a little baby balance. We'll come back to balances, but again, shifting the weight to the right foot and kind of dropping the tailbone, using your core, inhaling left leg up, keeping it bent. So we're just going to stay here for just a moment. Just as high as this. If you'd like to bring it up higher, you can, because you'll notice as your tailbone drops, the higher up your leg can go. And just hold, just breathe. Just working on our balance a little bit. And then exhale down. Shifting weight to our left leg, dropping our tailbone, inhaling right leg up, as high as you want. If you just want to keep it bent at the knee, that's fine. Extending left hand down. And then if you'd like, however high up you can bring that, bending the leg. Because the more you drop your tailbone, the more you can bring the knee up. And I can tell I'm more wobbly on my left side than my right. Tends to be normal. One side is stronger than the other. And I also had an injury, so that kind of explains it. So just allowing the shakes, that's okay. We're going to come back to these fun balances at the end. And then exhale the leg down. Really good. All right, so we're all warmed up. Here we go. So from the top of our mat, we're going to inhale both arms up, reaching for the sky. And exhale, forward fold, hinging from the hips. Exhale. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, planting the hands, jumping or stepping back into our plank. Coming to knees is always an option. And keeping the elbows in, lowering down onto our bellies. Pressing into the tops of our hands. Inhaling into cobra. Exhale down. Pressing into the tops of our hands and our feet, pressing up, tucking the toes and lifting the hips into downward facing dog. Really good. With our gaze in between our hands, we're going to walk or jump or step and hinge at the hips. Inhale halfway up. Exhale down. And this time, instead of rising, we're actually going to kind of shift our weight, bend the knees, shift our weight kind of backwards and pressing the weight into our heels, and extend the arms behind. We're going to rise a little bit from our torso and inhale arms forward into chair pose. Go ahead and see if you can lift your toes because your weight should be further back. So I'm not over my knees, I'm behind. So my knees are behind my toes. And gaze is forward. Really good. And on an exhale, hinging from the hips, releasing. And then going ahead and step back into our plank. Really good. Lowering down to our tummies. Inhaling up, cobra. Exhale down. Inhale, pressing into the tops of our hands, tucking the toes and lifting the hips to the sky. Really good. And from here, inhaling, right leg up, three-legged dog. And on an exhale, bringing our knee to our nose and in between our hands. And then dropping that back leg. Really good. Pressing into the foot, inhaling both arms up, reaching for the sky. Strong arms, almost as if we have a beach ball. Gaze is up, relax the face. And exhale, both arms down. It's something we haven't done before, but we're going to bring our right arm to our left side. We're going to bring our hands kind of off of the mat as we just do a little bit of a side body stretch. So if my knee wasn't here, I'm just kind of coming to the side like this on my other side. You just can't really see me because I'm heading underneath of my TV. All right, and slowly making yourself back to the center. We're gonna kind of heel toe our foot to the edge of our mat with our toes pointing to the corner. We're gonna open up our hip a little. So I'm pressing into my left hand. I'm gonna inhale up to the sky. So right arm is above, open chest. And on the exhale, I'm gonna bring it to my knee. And I'm gonna gently, very gently open up the knee as I allow my hips to sink in. Very, very gently here. It's no force. Really good. And release. Bringing hands to the ground. We're going to see how far down we can. So you might need to scoot your knee back if you need to kind of come into this lizard pose. If you want, you can come onto your left elbow and then your right elbow. Really getting that deep stretch. If this isn't possible, it's perfectly fine to be staying all the way up here. You should be feeling that nice stretch on the left kind of hip flexor there. Kind of lowering down, really opening up the hip on your right side. So just breathing and relaxing. This is a very strong pose. Make sure you're not holding your breath. Very good. And bringing your hands back to center. We're going to heel toe that foot back in line. Tucking the toe, lifting the knee. We're going to press into both of our hands. So our hands are on the side of our feet, our foot. We're going to step back with that foot into downward facing dog. Really good. So you might notice as you walk out your feet that your hips feel maybe slightly actually uneven because we've really stretched out our right side. So now it's time to do the other. Inhale, left leg up, three-legged dog. Just hold that for just a moment, pressing into the mat. Exhale, using your core, bringing your left leg between your hands, dropping that back knee and that foot, pressing into the left foot and inhaling up to the sky. Strong arms, breathing. Really good. Exhaling, arms down. This time kind of coming to the right side. Now you can actually see me. As I come off of the mat, gently giving a little bit of a twist here, a little bit of a hip opener. Relaxing the neck. If you can come down. But we're just kind of listening to our body and what kind of feels good, and slowly coming back to center. Planting the left hand, right hand, and lifting left hand. Oh man, I'm all over the place today. Inhaling left hand up, pressing into the right, really opening up the chest. And exhaling that hand down to open up the hip. And if need be, like we did on the other side, actually heel toe your foot to the edge of your mat with your toe diagonal towards the corner. Maybe this way you can actually open your hip a little bit more, very gently pressing into that knee. So I'm not collapsing anywhere. I'm really strong in my right arm. I'm very gently opening that knee. Gaze is up. And then exhaling, left arm down. So if this is as deep as you want to go, that's fine. If you'd like to go deeper, you can actually bring your knee back, kind of sink the hips here. And if you want, you can even come onto your elbows, really coming into that lizard pose. In that really, really deep stretch. Again, if this is not possible and you are up here, that's perfectly fine. We all have different flexibility and mobility in our hips. It should just be a nice, deep, comfortable stretch, not painful. Just really opening up some muscles that we don't normally work on, okay? So if your variation doesn't look like this, it's perfectly fine. Kind of forming our own realities, remember? Inhale, pressing into the hands. Gonna heel toe that foot back to the line. Tucking the back toe, lifting the knee, and we're gonna bring our foot back in line into our downward facing dog. Kind of pedaling out the feet. Now go ahead and come onto your knees, drop the knees, open them. We're gonna push back in the child's pose. And really feel that, allow your hips to relax. If this isn't possible, feel free to bring the earth to you by having a pillow underneath of your forehead. This should be a relaxing pose. If you want to bring your hands more behind you, that's fine too. Just breathing. Coming back to that breath, that awareness of the breath. Really good. Inhaling, bringing knees back in a line underneath of our hips, pressing into the hands, tucking the toes, lifting the hips, and just walk, jump, or step as you come forward, staying hinged at the hips. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale down. And inhale, pressing into your feet, rise. More mountain pose. So that really strong mountain. Breathing. Really good. Checking into that breath. All right, here we go. Inhaling, both arms up. Reaching for the sky. Exhale, hinging at the hips. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale down. Planting the hands. Walk or jump your feet back. Option to come to your knees. Lowering down to our cobra. Inhaling, pressing into the tops of the hands, tops of the feet. Exhale down. Inhale, pressing into the tops of the hands to our knees. Tucking the toes and lifting the hips. Downward facing dog, pedaling out the feet. Perhaps you notice now your legs may not be as tight. Perhaps you can flatten the feet, or they don't feel as stiff. Really good. Okay. Inhale, right leg up. We're going to bend the knee and just kind of open up the hip, bringing the right foot over to the left side. So just kind of opening up the hip really gently here. And bringing it back into a line with our foot still extended. Press it up to the sky. And on an exhale, bring it in between your hands. Staying kind of with that leg up. If you would like to drop the knee, you can, of course. But we're going to kind of do an interesting flow here. So planting the left hand. Inhale, twisting from the navel, nice and gently, opening up the chest. extending right arm to the sky. So we're really strong here. Have a micro bend in the back knee, so we're not hyperextended, a little bit of a bend. We're really pressing into our left hand, right foot, and the tops of the toes in the back. We're going to do a very gentle flow. So on an exhale, I'm going to bring my right arm down and seeing how far to the ground I can come. Kind of doing that stretch again. In the grind and in the hamstrings here. Inhale, pressing into the left hand, really strong, opening up the shoulders, reaching for the sky. Relax the face. Opening up the chest, moving from the rib cage. Looking up at the sky, up at our hands. Strong, and just one more. We're going to exhale, bringing arm down. Seeing if we can come to our elbow. Getting to that deep stretch here. And inhaling, pressing into our hand and opening back up. Opening the chest very gently here. Reaching for the sky. Really good. And this time, exhaling down to the opposite side of the foot. And we're going to just bring our back leg forward. So just go ahead and bring that forward. Really good. Exhale, staying forward folded here. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, down. And inhale, rise. Really good here. Checking in. Maybe moving our arms side to side. You got to do the other side. You probably feel slightly uneven. I feel really nice and stretched out in my hamstring here. And my hip flexor. Okay. Oh my, good thing today's Friday. Okay, inhale both arms up. Reach for the sky. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Nice flat back here, nice and strong. Exhale, forward fold. Pressing into the hands. Walk, jump, or step to our strong plank. Option to come to knees. Lower down, elbows in. Pressing into the hands. Inhale, cobra, baby cobra. Exhale, down. Inhale, pressing into the hands. Tucking the toes. Lifting the hips, downward facing dog. Really good. Pedaling out the feet. Maybe now seeing how you're doing in your down dog. Just kind of exploring that for a moment here. Opening up the shoulders. Pressing into the feet, long back. Really good. Okay. Inhaling, left leg up. Bending the knee. Kind of bringing it to the right side to open up the hip. Bring it back into a line. Exhale, pushing it up to the sky. And on an exhale, using your core, bringing up in between your hands. Really good. Keeping that leg risen there. Pressing strongly into our right hand. Inhaling, left arm up to the sky. Again, nice and slow, twisting from the navel, opening up the ribs, opening up the chest. Reaching for the sky, gaze is up, face is relaxed. This is really strong, but really good. On an exhale, I'm going to bring the arm down, seeing if I can come down to my elbow, deepening that stretch. Really good. Inhale, pressing into the right arm, into the hand, bringing left hand up to the ceiling. Really strong. Again, make sure you have a little micro bend in the knee here, so you're not hyperextending. I have to catch myself sometimes. Reaching for the sky, face relaxed, just one more. Exhaling, bringing elbow to the ground if you can. Getting that nice deep stretch. And last one, pressing into the hand. Inhaling, twisting gently from the navel, opening up the chest. Into the sky. Relaxing the face. And then exhale. Exhale with your hands around your foot. we're just going to step the back foot forward. Apologize, not sure what's going on with my vocab today. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Nice long spine. Exhale down. Inhale, rise. Hands to center. Really good. We're doing good on time. Okay. All right, so we're going to have a little bit of fun now with some balance. So, what we're going to do, since our hips are so nice and open now, you have an option. So we're going to, I'll do it sideways. No, I'll do it forward, whatever. Pressing into left foot, so I'm shifting my weight. I'm going to feel my weight going to my left leg. Spreading out the toes, because we're going to really play with some balance right now. So if you need, have a chair around, or if you need to do it near a wall, we're just going to kind of play with this for a little. So making sure that left leg is really strong, kind of like the trunk of a tree. We're going to inhale, right leg up, kind of like we did in the beginning. I'm going to drop the tailbone, using our core. If you want, you can stay right here. That's perfectly fine. You have options to do tree pose or bending the knee and doing more of a flamingo. So my knee's bent, I'm holding it with my hand behind me. Just balancing on my left leg. If you'd like to do tree pose, I'm going to do both. You can either open up the hip and bring the foot to the kind of underneath of the knee, or option to bring it above the knee. When it's above the knee, you're going to notice your hip wants to go out. No. We want to push that knee back in. Hip back in, so thigh to foot, foot to thigh. Really feeling that here, activating. Really strong core. Option to bring hands to heart or above your head. With your gaze just somewhat slightly in front of you. Really strong core. Options to kind of open up the hands into that nice tree branches. Just feel free to just explore this. You can keep bringing hands up and down. We're just exploring our balance. If you come out of it, just come back in. Just a little bit of variation here. A little bit of swaying. Perfectly fine, perfectly normal. And then hands to center. Go ahead and undo your foot, gently bringing it to in line. Hips are in line now. Extend the foot straight using your core. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Just using your core. Inhale, lift. Down. And one more. Inhale, lift. And then drop. Really good. So go ahead and kind of shake that out. Gotta go to the other side now. And see what feels good here. I love how I'm doing that live on camera, some kind of dance move there. Don't know what that was. Creating my own reality, evidently. So now we're going to switch sides. What's important here is to make sure our toes are nice and spread apart. So go ahead and kind of spread the toes of your left side. Feel the weight shift. So even just coming onto your toes of your left, kind of shifting the weight into your right. Dropping the tailbone. So just kind of allowing that to drop. And on an inhale, lifting the left leg. So if you just want to play right here, and this is all you've got, that's excellent. Just continue to be right here. If you'd like to kind of bend the knee, grab it with your left hand, kind of do a little bit of a flamingo variation and hang out here. It's perfectly fine. If you want to do more of the tree, bringing the leg forward, you can either open up the hip and bring it underneath the knee, making sure my hip is in line. Bringing it up above. Ooh. Gaze is in front on something unmoving. Again, you don't want your hip to be popping out like this. I want it in line, really strong. Just kind of feel this. Thigh is pressing into foot, foot is pressing into thigh. You can bring your hands to center. You can extend hands up. And then you can open like a tree branches. Love how you can't see my face. Inhaling hands up and down. Just kind of play with this. Enjoy this. Just kind of explore how the balance is. Maybe even just notice the subtle difference of maybe the strength in your legs. I can notice that this is much easier on my left leg than it is on my right than it is on my left. But I'm just kind of enjoying this. It's this balance. The strength of my one leg, just that kind of almost that gratitude, like this is really nice. Okay. Gently coming out, so I'm gonna undo, bringing my legs in line with my hips. If you want to drop your leg, you can, but I invite you to extend it straight forward using your core. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Ooh. Exhale, down. And one more. Inhale, lift. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And exhale, down. Really good. I'm gonna walk that out. I'm gonna do my little jig here as I kind of move my hips. Feel free to kind of plant your feet and move your hips. A nice little circular motion here. Did a lot of hip stuff today. Almost done. Go in the opposite direction if you'd like. Really good. Awesome. So I invite you to do a nice little inhale to the top of your mat. I'm gonna do one last thing, bringing your feet slightly, almost touching. So my feet are basically together. My toes are touching. I'm gonna go into that chair pose. So your core is nice and strong. Inhaling, and on my exhale, I'm gonna push my bottom backwards. Hands are coming up and above. Gaze is in front. Exhale, bringing hands behind, so my weight is pushing backwards. So I'm pushing my weight backwards, toes are up. But this time, on an inhale, I'm going to activate my core, and I'm actually going to lift my heels. So lift your heels. Ooh. Lift your heels, using the core, balancing on your toes. This is called hummingbird. As you'll notice, maybe your legs are shaking a little bit. Let's hold it. Shoulders are relaxed and down, pushing back. And on an exhale, drop the heels and just gently forward fold, releasing. Really good. Inhale halfway up. Exhale down. And for now, we're just going to kind of drop the booty. Let's go ahead and drop the booty and just bring it all the way to the ground. Really good. Excellent. And go ahead and roll on down to your back. Keeping knees to your chest. Opening up to a T. Allowing your legs just to drop really gently to the right side, looking over your left shoulder. So allow it to fall, let it relax, release any tension. Inhale to center. Exhale out to fall to your left side, looking over right shoulder. Allowing all the tension to fall in this gentle twist. Face relaxed. Really good. Inhale, legs to center. Give your legs a nice little hug. Relaxing the neck. And we're just going to kind of plant the feet. And we're just going to do one last thing just real quickly. So with your knees bent, your feet planted, hands are relaxed. I'm just going to have you lift your neck. You're going to notice that activates your lower abdominals. You can't lift your head without activating this. So go ahead and exhale down. Inhale, contract your lower abs as you lift your head. And down. And one more. Contracting your core as you lift your head. Hold it. And exhale down. Really good. All right. Inhaling, knees up, bringing hands in between the knees and to the sides of your feet for happy baby. And doing any last things you kind of want to do, even if that's kind of butterfly on your back or kind of bending, extending is kind of that nice happy baby, allowing your back to be flat on the mat, feet flexed. And bringing knees together very gently, really nicely coming into Savasana. So my legs are nice and straight. My arms are down at my sides. Maybe just rock your feet, rock yourself on your heels. I invite you to go ahead and close your eyes. And just begin to relax your toes. Relax your heels and your ankles. Relax the tops of your legs and the backs of your legs. Just melt into the mat. Relax your hips and your bottom. Relax your stomach and your ribs all the way up your chest. Just relax. Relax your lower back and your mid back and your upper back. Just melt into the mat. Relax your shoulders, down your elbows, into your wrists and down each fingertip. Relax your neck and your throat. Relax your jaw and your tongue in your mouth. Relax your cheeks. Relax the back of your head, the top of your head, and your forehead. Just relax and melt into the mat. Just melt into the mat, bringing your awareness to your breath. Maybe repeating that silent mantra Om in your mind for a few moments. Om. Om. Just continue to repeat Om. With a nice deep inhale, slowly begin to wiggle your toes and wiggle your fingers. And awareness back to your body, bending the knees. And just allowing yourself to fall to one side, cradling your head. And on an inhale, gently make yourself up or bring yourself up to a seated position. Also for this last part, if you would like, you can move back into Savasana or into a seated position or on the couch or whatever you'd like for this last little meditation. Okay, and in your comfortable seated position here, I invite you to go ahead and close your eyes, bringing your awareness to your breath. So nice long spine, straight back, eyes closed, hands on your lap, just relaxed. Inhaling through your nose and gently exhaling. I'd like you to imagine as if you were a tiny person on the tip of your nose, just looking out at the world. And on an inhale, you move up in between your eyebrows. And on your next inhale, you move up on top of your head, kind of like where that soft spot is on your head. And on an inhale, you drop inside your mind. And on your next inhale, you drop inside your throat. And on your next inhale, you drop inside your heart. And with your attention on the center of your chest where your heart is, imagine as if you are breathing in and out of your heart center, just breathing a little bit slower and deeper than normal. Next, I invite you to generate a feeling of love by either picturing someone that's easy to love, whether it's your children or your parents or your spouse, or perhaps a moment in time with that person, or perhaps just on the beach, whatever that moment of love or appreciation is, just go there. Really be there, really feel it. Allow that feeling of love to get really strong. Allow it to get so strong that it begins to spread through your body, spreads down into your hips, into your legs and your feet. And it spreads up into your arms, down to your hands, up into your throat and into your head. Allow that feeling of love just to spread through your body. And as it does this, perhaps imagine it as the color gold, this gold just illuminating you as it spreads through your body. And it gets so strong that you push it outside of your body, so it's surrounding your whole being. You're in this kind of gold, round snow globe, just all around your being is wrapped in this gold light and this loving, warm blanket. And as it intensifies, continue to push it outside of you to your entire room. Perhaps there's other people in the room with you, and you wrap them in your love, in this gold light. And you press it even further out to every room in your home. You fill your whole home with this love. And press it even further out above your home, around your whole neighborhood, wrapping your whole neighborhood in this gold light and this liquid love. And begin to press it even further out to your whole town. And then even further out to your whole state. And even further out around your whole country. You're wrapping your entire country in your love, in this gold light, in this liquid warm blanket. Everyone and everything is wrapped in this love. And press it even further out to neighboring countries. They need your love too. And press it even further out and out and out until it covers the whole world. The entire world is wrapped in this liquid love, in this gold light, this warm liquid blanket. It's wrapping everyone and everything in your love. So to intensify that love and push yourself out even further into space. And perhaps you feel the sun on your shoulders, feel its warmth. And it causes you to look up as you see a bright star, the brightest star you've ever seen. And you pick that star and you hold it close to your heart because you know it holds so much love and understanding and knowingness and peace and safety. All of this for you. And you hold it tight to your heart as you begin to descend slowly back down into earth, back over your country, back over your state and your city and your town. your neighborhood, and then your home. Bringing you back into your room, still holding that star. And on an inhale, you press that star into your heart, knowing all that love and appreciation and understanding and knowing as it goes through your body, mixing with your love. Taking a deep inhale, allowing it to spread through your body, bringing that peace. And on your next inhale, just gently begin to bat your eyelashes and come back into the room. May you always have clarity of thought. May you always speak your truth. And may your heart always be filled with love, appreciation, this deep knowing, peace, and safety. Namaste. And for the time being, I guess namaste at home. But it looks like we're slowly coming out of that, which is good. That's nice. Hope everybody enjoyed today's practice for a Friday. Hope it takes you into your weekend feeling all nice and loose and strong and good with our theme of I claim my own power and lovingly create my own reality. I ask for more understanding so that I may knowingly and lovingly shape my world and my experiences. So I hope that brings you a little bit of peace and calm during this uncertainty. And I hope to see you again on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday next week as well. For however long we're in this, I'm here to support you and that you know you have this community here. And Gloria says, great flow. Thanks, my bones appreciate it. You're very welcome. Casey says, thank you so much. You're very welcome. Hope everybody enjoyed that. Sometimes my dad texts me. Really nice workout, Val. My balance is getting better. Awesome. And thank you again for joining me. I hope you join again. Please feel free to always say hi or where you're joining from or whatnot. Feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can see, you can subscribe and you can see the little bells for the classes for next week so you can be notified. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. So much love to you and your families. And thank you again for joining. I'm glad you enjoy this. That's why I keep doing it. Just to keep pumping in the positivity. Well, have a wonderful day, wonderful weekend. Love you so much. Bye.